Hello, class. Welcome. So, we are embarking on Module 3, and I just wanted to come on to give you a face with the person behind the computer, the person who's constantly emailing you, and you're emailing back and forth with me as well. I typically also try to do a live video where we have an opportunity to converse back and forth in real time. So, if you're having questions, because as you know, if you're taking an online class, I understand you're taking an online class because you're probably juggling several things in life: family, work, career, military. Yeah, I mean, that's work, but I understand that. So, what often happens is you may send me an email like Wednesday night and you really need a response then, and I don't respond to Thursday morning. So I try to do a live chat for that. But I wanted to come on, go over a few things in reference to what I've been seeing and in my grading, and just some pointers to help you as you're moving forth this semester. So all of the due dates should have been updated. I do apologize for that. I forget and just keep posted, the first 8 weeks, and I didn't realize I hadn't updated it for the second 8 weeks, of course, but they should be updated now. If you do run across another due date that's outdated, please just shoot me an email and I'll get that updated. However, do not worry about points or anything being deducted or if it's saying it's late. Each week I will send an announcement telling you when the module is due. Additionally, the module due dates are also posted within your module. So those are the due dates we're going by. So for example, if you go and look under module expectations, the due dates are posted there, and that's for that respective module, everything that's in there. So I understand, although you may be working on an assignment and you're seeing it's late, it's not late with that. So I did try to remove those old due dates, but however, again, if you see one, let me know. We are moving on to module 3, and in this module we're actually going to start talking about the different types of law enforcement, policing. And one thing I want you to understand is that oftentimes we hear a lot of people just say police, but when you think about that, what exactly are you narrowing that group to, per se, when you say police, as opposed to if you were to say law enforcement? So I'm going to leave that for you to think about. In this chapter, we talk about different law enforcement agencies. Specifically, we're going to talk about looking at the difference with police and sheriff, the police and sheriff. And an interesting thing, I think I'll give you guys extra credit. So one, if you watch this video, you get the extra credit because you know what the extra credit is. But if you email me, per our North Carolina state constitution, there's only one law enforcement agency that's required and recognized. And if you can send me that information, you will earn extra credit. So you have to go out and research. Again, it's what law enforcement agency is the only agency that's recognized per our state constitution. So email that to me in your subject line. Make sure you put the course and put extra credit, and you'll get extra credit for that. But within that, that's tying it into what we're talking about with the sheriff, the chief of police, your deputies, your patrol officers, and some of the differences between it. I don't want to tell you too much because some of you may not have looked at the assignment yet, but there's a big difference. And then when we start talking about their jurisdiction with that, and how, for example, how do we get the sheriff, right? How do you get your chief of police? Who is the Cumberland County Sheriff? Who's the Fayetteville Police Chief? Those are things that I want you to know and look up and be able to answer some of those questions. So one thing that you're doing is you're doing a little research in your Module 3 activity. I am asking you to go out and research different law enforcement agencies, and I want you to identify a specific law enforcement agency that's actually incorporating community policing. And with that, you need to send a link. So I'll give you one for an example, so you can't use this one. The Fayetteville Police Department, they offer a coffee with a cop. It's on a rotating schedule, different locations throughout the city of Fayetteville. So if I was doing this assignment, I would write up an assignment, a summary. What is Coffee with a Cop? How often is it conducted? What's the purpose of it? And I'm going to send a link, attach a link actually talking about or highlighting or a news article talking about that Coffee with a Cop. So that's what I'm looking for when you look up your law enforcement, a specific community outreach or community policing initiative that you're able to identify. So you may have to look around. I would say start with, if you're in Fayetteville, start maybe with a city where the city that you're from, or your family, or if you're deployed, or not deployed, PCS someplace. Probably start there first when you're actually looking it up. And then you are going to identify the fourth area of policing with your writing assignment. So there's two parts. You have a part A and part B, the fourth area of policing, which I give you the first three, but you're going to actually identify the other errors with that. So from there, we're going to talk about the different styles of policing. One I've already told you, right? Community policing, and the different tasks and what that looks like, and the different responsibilities. So if I was to say, tell me a difference between, or tell me a responsibility that the Sheriff's Department is responsible for versus one that the Fayetteville Police Department is responsible for. So that's just a summary. I wanted to come up and give you a detailed explanation of that assignment and what I'm looking for, and to be sure that you answer part A and part B with your writing assignment, and that you include those links, because oftentimes students may do a write-up of the community activity, put community policing initiative, but you do not provide a link. So be sure to provide a link with that assignment. If you have any questions or concerns, I'm in my office. This is my office, as you can see. I'm in my office, or you can call. I have class. I'm in a class, and I'm usually in class in the mornings, but in the afternoon, I'm usually here if I'm not in a meeting. So feel free to shoot me an email, give me a call, or stop by. I would love to have the opportunity to, put a face with the name as well. So I hope you have a great week. I will try to schedule a live chat, and I'll send that information. I don't know if I'm going to try to squeeze that in this week or next week. It's usually held in the evenings. I usually do it about 8 p.m., and I'm doing it from my home. But just to come on so we can talk, and if you're having questions with anything. So feel free to shoot me an email or give me a call or stop by. You guys have a happy week and have a happy Monday.